This is not a test. This is the emergency broadcast system. Please stay tuned for the following message and instructions. This is not a test.
DeKalb County Police are asking for the public's help finding a man who disappeared earlier this week. Albert Waugh, who also answers to the name Alex, was last seen on Tuesday afternoon walking away from South Stone Mountain Road. He was last spotted on a surveillance camera on Wellborn Road. Waugh has autism and extremely limited verbal skills. Since then, police have been searching for him using drones, the police helicopter, canvassing the neighborhood, and more. He was last seen wearing a light brown t-shirt, black shorts, and was carrying a black backpack. He is 5'7" and approximately 140 pounds. He walks with a slight drag to his right foot and may shuffle in place while standing. Anyone who sees him should call 911 or the DeKalb County Police Special Victims Unit at 770-724-7710.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up, everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You will no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff! Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stopped losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She's tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by Tic-Tac. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. The birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CPS, here we come. Picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken, sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. I stop.
What's up, Tiff?
Oh, that one made me cough.
I know, I saw that. It was double, what do they call that? Secondhand, right? Secondhand cough.
You're so funny.
Do you see the little picture that's, watch this. Do you see this that's going on behind? Oh, it doesn't do the whole thing. I'm going to have to redo that. It does a little part. Yes, I spent a long time drawing that the other day, and I don't know why the whole picture doesn't come out. No, what a chip. You know, it cost me a lot of money to do that again. But yeah, it was drawing a little picture of us. I'll have it done by the end of the show.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. So what's going on, Tiff? What did you do this weekend? I haven't talked to you since our show the other day. That's the longest I've never gone without talking to you.
I know. Well, I had to work.
So everything must be doing really well. Or
but I was going to call you.
Or so busy that you didn't call me.
Well, actually, I did call you, and I sent you a message for you to call me because my phone was acting stupid. But it's okay. But I want to talk about our webinar probably tomorrow since we have somebody coming on tonight.
We can briefly branch in on it because I think kind of some of that has to do with what we're going to talk to our guest about a little bit, kind of.
Yeah. Well, you know what really validated it for me is the two attorneys that were on there. They were saying the exact same stuff that we tell everybody. You've got to learn your constitutional rights, and you have got to stand up in court and say you are violating my constitutional rights. And I couldn't believe that a New York and a Maryland attorney both said this.
Yeah. Maryland. Oh, that's not Delaware. Never mind. Yeah, it was pretty it was really good. It was really a great seminar. And they talked about, but what did they say about summoning their rights? What did they say about getting those rights and calling for them? Do you remember what they were talking about with that? How you actually got your rights? How you brought them to the courtroom?
No.
You don't remember that?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking for my notes because they said something really interesting that, let me see here. Healing the person, heal the individual. I gotta find it because there's actually a quote that the guy made. I'll find that too over here.
Becca was on there too.
Oh yes, you know Becca has every bit of it transcribed sideways, put into a book format, and then as far as we don't have it yet.
Right.
She hasn't even popped up in here right now and said, "Hey guys, I was there." And Tiff, the funny thing about the stipulation is,
yeah,
because I do believe that they even kind of spoke on that, right? Was the stipulation too, kind of in a sense?
Yeah, because he said the moment you talk to them, it's already been stipulated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the lawyer said.
And these are lawyers talking about this stuff, guys. That were saying, this. So I, of course, immediately put in our app. Said if you guys checked out our app, and then we asked them to be on the show too, but I haven't heard anything from them.
I haven't either. I hit them up too.
Okay, so I don't know if we did or not, but you know what? We tried. We can't solve all the problems in the whole world, but we can try, and that's what we're going to try to do tonight, Tiff. We got a guest tonight that had seeked us out, and she's been watching our show for a few minutes now, which is cool. So thank you very much for that, Andy. But hers this is a problem of mandated reporting. Imagine, go figure. And what the crazy thing about it is, Tiff, is it was mandated reporting for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to be a problem, right? And then there's no problems. And then there's 5, 6, and then numero 7, and here the doctors are going to go calling again. Isn't that crazy? Because for 5 of those kids, we have no problems whatsoever. No calls, no nothing. Just so happens on those other numbers is really, the worst part is what was this woman seeking help and honest to these people? That's what kills me. You have these people that go out, hide their drug use, hide all of this stuff, and they get to keep their kids. I know people first-hand knowledge of people. This couple, the mother, since the kid has been in custody, the kids have been in custody, has gone into high-speed police chases 4 times, been to jail, gone through drug things, all of this stuff, and they are reunifying with their kids, which is good for them. I'm happy for them. Thank God that it is happening. But I never understand, like, this was, and you know these people too, and they are getting their kids back. But it's like, wow. And then we have people like our guests here that hasn't done anything and was honest and looked for some assistance or some guidance or something, and they take the kids away from them. So,
And that's why we tell you don't talk to these people, because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
yeah.
Just like a criminal.
Yeah. Even though it shouldn't be.
But it is.
Right. It certainly is. And it damn well is. And anything that they can get a hold of you and use against you, they will. And that's what's disgusting.
My son, before we bring her out, there's a video. There's 3 separate videos of my son who took control of the CPS office and said, when she was questioning my daughter, my son said, whoa. Anything she says, you will use against her. And the lady didn't answer. My son said, right? Just like a prosecutor. If she was talking to a prosecutor, anything she says will be used against her. Correct? And finally, she answered the question. She said, yes. Well, of course. Absolutely not. They're your prosecutor right there.
Oh, this is even better. Wow. She said that they actually did. They put criminal charges on her for exerting her rights. And now she's fighting them in criminal and family court. Let's bring her out here.
Bring her out.
We need to get this lady out here and get her some help here. Oh, and Becca is in the building, moderating as doing her voluntary services. All right, everybody, welcome aboard. Danielle, how are you? Other than the obvious.
I'm doing okay. All right. The best I can be right now.
What do we got going on? Let's talk about what's happened to you, because it doesn't seem right. Nothing seems right about any of this.
Right. And I don't think it honestly has been right.
I don't mean it by like you're a liar and we got to get to the bottom of this. I mean like the stuff that they pulled on you is just, well, I hate mandated reporting. I really do. And it's for reasons just like what you're about ready to tell everybody. So the floor is yours, dear.
So mandating reporting is a thing in Colorado since 2020. It has not been mandated to report anybody. No drug tests, nothing have been mandated since 2020. This last year in 2025, I gave birth after preeclampsia, and I opted out of drug testing verbally and on paper. And they still drug tested my son anyways after I'd had a false positive that was medically documented a month prior. And because of the cold medicine I was taking and everything I was on. And so they took my son while I was recovering from a C-section the first time, because I've had 3 cases in less than a year, and my kid's taken 2 out of 3 of the times. So the first time they took my kids when I was still in the hospital recovering from a C-section, because I told them that they were not going to take them over my dead body, and they chose to show me that they were more powerful than me. And they took my kids for 3 weeks, and then I was not able to get my kids back because of a civil warrant that I had over an eviction. An eviction that was, I didn't fill out the interrogatory, so they put out a contempt hearing. They put out a contempt warrant for me, and that's why they're using the excuse to not give my kids back. I I documented everything. I had it all documented. I was reporting them up to the DOJ. I was reporting everybody, made reports on the caseworker, made reports on the hospital. The hospital blamed CPS. CPS blamed the hospital for what had happened. Like nobody was taking accountability. So
All right, hold on one second. I want to just stop you for 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so this comes from Ferguson versus the City of Charleston, right here. This is in a 6-3 opinion delivered by Justice John Paul Stevens. The court held that diagnostic tests constituted an unreasonable search if the patient has not consented to the procedure. The interest in using the threat of criminal sanctions to deter pregnant women from using cocaine cannot justify a departure from the general rule that an official non-consensual search is unconstitutional if not authorized by a valid warrant examining the special needs exception to the Fourth Amendment. Justice Stevens wrote that a special need is divorced from the state's general interest in law enforcement, and that under the city's view, virtually any non-consensual suspicionless search could be immunized under the special needs doctrine by defining the search solely in terms of its ultimate purpose. So I'm sorry to bring that up, but I just wanted everybody to realize what we're talking about here. Like, that's no. You do not. If mom says no, it doesn't happen, guys.
Right. I wish that was the case here. So after they took my kids, they put them in foster care from the hospital. The caseworker actually told my little children that my 11-year-old and my 7-year-old that I have not been away from since the day they were born, that their mommy does drugs and they have to go to foster care. So they straight told my daughter and son that, and then they put them in a car, took them somewhere they didn't know, and then I didn't get my first visit until the next week. And I had a shelter hearing, and at the shelter hearing, the judge told me to go take a UA, which I did. And it came back a month later. It took a month for them to get my UA back, and it was clean. So then they didn't have that on me. So then they had to go about some other way to APR my kids to my mom, which means that they had to give custody to my mom because there was something wrong that I couldn't have them back, which was the civil warrant. And my mom takes custody of my kids so that we can get CPS out of our life. My case closed on September 22nd of last year, the first one. They closed on September 22nd, and with my mom and I having joint rights, I had joint custody with my mom. And they told me that I needed to file a modification to get full custody back because even the GAL and my attorney at that time both knew that it was all bullcrap. So I did what I was supposed to do, and then I put out an intent to sue. October 4th, I put out an intent to sue of last year. 5 days later, CPS shows back up at the door. And I put out an intent to sue to the mayor, to the attorney general, to everybody that was involved that had a hand in what they did to my children and me. And my newborn and I have not been able to bond. Like I was only allowed one visit, 1 day a week for 1 hour because I refused to sign the ROIs. Because I said no, I did not comply because I did nothing wrong. And I had a clean UA, I had everything clean under my belt, and they still pursued. So when it APR'd on September 22nd, they said that my mom would have joint custody and that, that it was done. The DHS was vacated and I had to do the DR case, blah, blah, blah. But after that, my sister ended up taking my niece to the hospital, the same hospital that I had my son at, the same hospital I sent out the intent to sue. My sister and I have the same last name. My sister and I have the same contact information with our mother. And please believe that night CPS showed up because they said my niece tested positive for meth as well. And she was 3. Yeah. My mom had custody of my niece and my nephew. She was guardian of them, and she had custody of temporary custody of mine until I could get my parental rights back. Or not my parental rights, but my custody back. And so CPS showed up at the door, and I was inside with my kids. And because I have to be under supervision because I'm this big bad criminal who's testing not positive and still not able to see her kids by herself. But
now, were these tests or drug screens?
It was a drug test. My sister told them no, again, like I did with my son, and they did it anyway. And so she ended up leaving the hospital because get this, she went in because my niece bumped her head. She bumped her head on a stair for a concussion. That's why she went in there, and then they ended up drug testing her and taking her kids away too.
Oh,
yeah. Yes. So that same day, the next day when the caseworker showed up at my mom's, my kids were there, my sister's kids were there, and the caseworker came and I asked her. Well, it was a while after. I told her that I'm a, what do you call that? I have like something against them right now, that I've got the intent to sue out, so they have no conflict of interest, so they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't talk to me until all this is resolved. They shouldn't be talking to me or my children. Well, 2 days after the case closed the first time, the caseworker shows back up at my kids' school asking if they feel safe. After the case closed the first time. And my kids come home freaking out because they think that they're going to get taken again. And then
Yeah.
and then it goes quiet, dead. And then I put out a cease and desist, and then I put out the intent to sue. So they show up at my mom's house after my sister's daughter tests positive, quote unquote, tests positive. And they told my mom that my sister and her have to sit down for a safety plan. They weren't going to take the kids at first. And then they were there for 4 hours. For 4 hours, she was out there with my mom and my sister talking about stuff that wasn't even relevant, and trying to get information from my sister about her boyfriend that was like in trouble and stuff like that. And my sister refused to answer the question, so then she got angry. And then she went to the parking lot, talked to her boss, found out about me and my kids being there. And then she came back and talked to my mom about me. And I called her and I said, do you have a warrant? And she said, no. I said, do you have a warrant? And she said, no. I said, then please leave. And she was like, excuse me? I said, do you have a warrant? She said, no. I said, then please leave. And I said this like 4 times. And she was like, she was so mad. She was so mad that she left from my mom's house because she did leave to the parking lot. She called the police and said her life was in danger.
Oh, get the
Yes.
hell out of here.
No, I swear to God, that's what happened. The police showed up at my mom's house. They took my niece that day and time. I went out the back door with my kids, you know? And I just sat there like waiting. Like I was trying to protect them. You know what I mean? That's what was my goal, was to protect them. And I feel like I failed, but in the same sense, like they told me that they opened a second case against me on October 15th. So October 15th, they opened another case against me for a DNN case. They tried to. The judge denied it, and they declared it moot because there was no evidence. I had already closed the case, and I was still involved in the first case. The DR case wasn't even printed out yet before this case started on October 15th. Like it didn't even get put, like the APR wasn't published till October 16th. So on October 15th, they tried to open a case. The judge denied it. They make me take my kids to the courthouse and drop them off because any parent would just go and say, okay, just take my kids, just take them, custody, take them. No, I did nothing wrong. I'm a mom who's protecting her children from stuff they didn't even trauma.
Right.
So I went and I talked to them and I said, well, and then my lawyer stepped in for me and said, well, they closed the case. They said it was declared moot, and they said that there was no evidence, so that it was closed, vacated. So when you close a vacated case, aren't you supposed to leave everything that was just mentioned behind? Like you have to start fresh? No, they didn't. So then they took that closed case and they went to the police station and they filed a missing persons report on me and a bolo on my car. Yes. Missing persons and kidnapping report on me and my children, saying that I kidnapped my own children. And then they put a bolo out on my car. Now, the police department originally took the case. The next day, they had to cancel the missing persons report because they ran my name in the court system. And it didn't show up in there that it said that I was supposed to, that I had nothing. There was no order saying my kids weren't supposed to be with me. So they had to cancel the missing persons report, but they did not cancel the bolo. Meanwhile, come Thanksgiving, I'm in a different county celebrating with my kids because I didn't hear any of this from anybody, okay? I was all told this third party through my mom. They never tried to call me. They had my contact information. CPS never called me. The police never called me. Nobody called me. And they said, well, we tried to contact her. We tried to serve, we're trying to serve her paperwork to give us her kids. Well, the case is closed. The case closed at 5 p.m. that day. She was at the police station at 5:30 making a report on a closed case. I have all the timestamps, I have all the proof, like I told them. So on Thanksgiving Day, I just made a dinner. We spent all night cooking, my children and I. My oldest son was there, my 17-year-old. And I went to go get olives because I forgot olives. Well, a different county police department followed me because they had the bolo on my car still. I went to City Market and I had my 11-year-old and my baby with me. I went in, got olives, and came out. And they walked up on me and the cop was like, do you know that you're a missing person? I said, what? He said, do you know you're a missing person? Now put your hands behind your back. And they took me in custody right then and there in the middle of the City Market parking lot. Yep, and they hit me with felony violation of custody order. 3 counts. I've never been in trouble a day in my life. I've never been in cuffs a day in my life. I'm 39 years old, and I've never been in trouble. I'm a notary. I'm a bounty hunter. I've passed background checks in 5 minutes because of my record that I've kept. And now come to find I've got 3 felonies over exerting my rights, over telling them, do you have a warrant? And she wanted to show her power card. Yep. And it's the same caseworker that dealt with my sisters and my kids, and she was doing everything wrong. When I finally put out that she did the closed case and getting charges put against me, they said it was a conflict of interest, and they put me in a different county now, in a different venue, because they said that it was conflict of interest. El Paso County couldn't do it anymore because the caseworker had done so many wrong things, so wrong. And then when they arrested me, they didn't put out an order to take my children until 45 minutes later. It wasn't signed. Yep, they arrested me at 10:15. The order for my kids wasn't made until 11:39 a.m. Yep. And I wasn't even included in any of the paperwork. I had to file a motion to be included in the paperwork for them to tell me where my kids were. Yes. Yep. It's been crazy. And so I've been fighting criminal charges.
What the fudge?
Yes. And I can make this up if I try. So now I'm facing 3 felonies, and I'm fighting DNN, taking it to trial. So it's been crazy. It's been awful. And these caseworkers here are ruthless. Like they need a real power, like change or something. Because the same caseworker that did this, I found out later on, there's 3 other families that came to me when they saw my story saying that the same caseworker took their kids for no reason. So, and every time like the CPS here's my name, they like cringe. They hate my name here. They like have it out for me. I'm telling you, they do.
I don't.
Yes,
yeah. So, this should be on Ridley's Believe It or Not.
That's what everybody's like. What? I'm like, I couldn't make this up if I tried. I couldn't make any of this up.
So who has your kids right now?
My kids are in foster care. So
why wouldn't they give them back to your mom?
Because they said that she's a danger to them because she allowed my sister to take my niece, who had nothing to do with my family, my kids and myself, and my sister's guardianship with my mom never said that she's not allowed to take her daughter overnight. And so when she took her daughter overnight, this all happened. And so now they're saying my mom was the danger to my kids. And now I have no other living family here. I have anybody else that could take my kids, so they put them in the foster care system. Yep.
When is your next court date?
On Mondays, my trial begins.
Okay. And do you have a lawyer?
I do. I have a very good lawyer. Who's actually
it's
not state appointed. It's just appointed by the ORPC, which we have here in Colorado. So
without saying too much, because I don't want too much to get out in case they use this against you.
Which they will.
Which they probably will. Story of my life.
Right. Just thumbs up or down. Does he believe your kids are coming home? You got a badass lawyer then.
I do.
So.
And I've already incriminated myself, so it's fine. It's whatever. But I need my story out there because nobody believes me. Nobody believes that this has happened. Like, I tell everybody the story and they're like, what? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, you're
and
crazy.
So I put a witness list out. A witness list went out like last week, a witness listed. And 2 of the people I put on the witness list got CPS visits the same day that the witness list was put out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course they did. They're you know what? Let me tell you, I was I'm going to do them again. But we were holding rallies here. And we had CPS in Winchester and Frederick County, Virginia, going to their parents with open cases and saying, you better not show up to Ms. Wise's rally or we're going to come and take your kids.
Straight up facts.
Yeah, I had a rally 2 weeks ago. I had a rally. Selwyn Jones is one of my really good friends, who's the uncle of George Floyd. And he came down here to Colorado. We did a rally, a peace rally for CPS. It was a blizzard, but some people showed up. There's a few people showed up. But the worst time I could have ever picked in Colorado was like 80 the day before and 80 the day after. And the day I picked, it was a blizzard. So, but it was informative. Like, I've been trying to push for more stuff like that here in Colorado because it needs to be out there. Like, nobody understands how bad it is here in El Paso County. So.
Do you hear of other people's stories in your county that are just like similar to yours, or does it seem far?
Nobody that I know has ever had a similar story to mine. Like, nobody. Like, they've punished me to the point where I was only getting 1 hour a visit, 1 hour a week, 1 day a week. That's it. All these other parents get 6-8 hours a week. I only get 1.
Who's changing your visits? Who changed your visits?
They changed my visits once I signed the ROI. I get 6 hours.
Did CPS do that, or did the judge?
Yep. No, CPS. They're the ones that put in. They're the ones that put in
You know that
Yep.
the judge is the only one that can alter your visitation.
Well, the judge told them because I wasn't signing the ROI that they said I only get the 1 hour because they wanted my release of information for me and my kids, and I refused. So then I crossed out the whole ROI except for the visitation part, and I crossed out everything else, and then I signed it.
Now, what's ROI stand for everybody?
Release of
What is that?
information.
Release of information.
Release of information.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to release anything. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
I
That's
know.
why they had to have you sign, because they're not
Right.
allowed to get it without your permission.
That's right.
You don't have to
Even though-
consent with them.
I know.
One of the
And I told them that I
things,
was not consenting. I said I do not consent. I do not. And I said this on open court. I told the judge that she was violating my constitutional rights. I said this in open court on the record. And I told them they were violating my constitutional rights. I told them everything that they were violating. And she went, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Or they.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Do you know what they do
Yeah.
also? If you try to arrest them, it's not good either.
Darren tried that.
Didn't
And
go
that's
well.
what you should have said. You're right, Your Honor. I'll see you in federal court, because I'm leaving this right now, because now you have broken the law,
Right, you
and I'll
open
see
the-
you in federal court, because now I'm filing a federal complaint against you. And I'm
Yep,
telling you,
and I have-
shit would have changed.
Mhm. We're seeing more
Yeah,
and more these judges
it's
crumbling
crazy.
because of this. And here's the thing for you too, is whenever they say that they're not going to use the U.S. Constitution, you come right back at them and say, "Excuse me, Your Honor, but can we get out the state's Constitution and let's check in, let's mirror these two pieces here, because they are obligated to follow.
Right.
Well, they're obligated to follow the Constitution of the United States too, but they damn sure need to follow their state's Constitution. So."
And
You have,
I
you
brought
have-
that up in court too. I brought that up in open court, and they said they didn't care. Like literally, I made statements. My girlfriend was
That's the
there
thing that
watching court, and nothing.
That's what sucks about all of this, because you can have them pinned to the fucking wall, and that you've got everything against them. They, like you sitting there, that's just a no-brainer. AIs can be telling you that this thing's sold on you. Like there's no way. You can be talking to law professors at Harvard and all of these places. You know what? If that man that's wearing that little robe is right there, and he doesn't decide that he doesn't like you, if he decides that he doesn't want whatever, then whatever comes out of his mouth is what's going to be. And this is the problem that I'm starting to get, and it's really starting to. I just don't know. It's like that block. Like, what do you do? Like, you've beat them with the law. You've proven this stuff. What do we do, Tiff? Answer the question.
So you take this book in the courtroom,
Shove it up their ass.
and you highlight Article 6, where it says the Supreme Court, or the supreme law of the land, is the Constitution of the United States, and all judges in every state shall, not must, not should, shall be bound thereby to the Constitution or the laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. You need to get this book. You need to find it. It's Article 6, I think paragraph 3, because this is like a big one, because I can't read with the small print. So
Reader's
No,
Digest.
definitely I will do that. Well, 'cause
and
when
you
they
highlight
move-
it.
I will. They move me venues. When they move me venues, I have a brand new judge, a brand new caseworker, a brand new GAL. All the other players had to leave, and new players came in, so we had to start over from scratch. 6 months into this, of them having my children in their custody, and then
And it
after
says
that,
they shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. Period.
Right.
End of story. That's what it says. So that
I
judge,
think
you
can
need
make
to file
copies
some
and
shit
put
on
it
her.
all their windshield. Put copies on all their windshields of it, because then they'll
you
actually read
should.
it if I put it on.
So, according to Black's Law Dictionary, shall is defined as a word of command, generally deemed imperative or mandatory, creating an obligation. It is used in statutes and contracts to impose a duty, typically meaning has a duty to or must, as opposed to may, which is permissive.
Shall.
Shall.
Shall. Maybe I should just write "shall" on a big piece of paper and put it on their windshield too.
Right.
I
You
don't,
should.
I don't know. All I know is that I cannot make any of this up. I cannot make any of what's happened up, and it's gotten
You don't have to
it's
sell
gotten
us.
past crazy,
Okay,
and like I'm just saying, like I I've taken other UAs and all this, and they've all come back clean. Nothing's come back dirty, and they have nothing on me other than the violation of custody order, which they're trying to get me for. It's crazy to me.
Violation of what?
A custody order.
Right.
It's a felony in Colorado.
Okay, but you had joint custody with your mom,
Yes.
correct? Okay,
Yes.
so you didn't violate shit. So when you go to trial, you're going to be acquitted. And I'm very confident of that. And if I was on your jury, you damn well would be acquitted. But I'm not on your jury. But anyway.
Yep.
So what is this new caseworker? Have you even talked to this new caseworker?
So the new caseworker that I have talked to her. She's actually very, very good. The last one, she's been in the business for a while, but she's not an actual caseworker. She's just certified through this, I guess. She doesn't have insurance, not certified through insurance. She's not an actual certified caseworker. And that's what they do in El Paso. They have minions. She's a minion. Yep. She's the minion, the top minion that just takes people's kids for. And then but the new caseworker, she's young, she's following the book because she's in a different county. She's not from this county. So this not being in this county is very helpful.
So what is she saying?
She's saying that she's following the books, she's going by the books. But she's also telling me that she can't tell me anything because she has to clear it with her supervisor. They're not even letting me have community visitation, because they think I'm going to run off with my children. I have to be supervised at all times.
But you're not a flight risk.
They say I am, because they have, according to them, they have messages to me saying that I was leaving the state. Yep.
Okay, but you're still not a flight risk, okay? Listen, ATF came to arrest me. They knew I wasn't leaving. They knew I wasn't a flight risk. They knew. You know how they knew? My kids were in the area. I would never leave my kids.
Right.
I was out on a $500,000 bond, though. But they knew I wasn't a flight risk.
Right. And I got bonded out, too. I had to pay $1,000 cash for the civil warrant that I had. And then the other one was I don't remember how much, but it was $1,000 or something that I had to pay. But I got out the first time. So get this. I got out the first time, the day after Thanksgiving, I get out. My first hearing is scheduled a week after, on the 5th of January, or the 5th of December. And so on the 5th of December, I go in to go tell them how much they violated my rights. And I rented a car for a friend, okay, the week of Thanksgiving. They confiscated my phone when they arrested me. My whole life is my Apple phone, okay? 2-step verification for everything. So they have my phone in custody. I go 3 or 4 days without speaking to my friend, because she was supposed to return a rental car that she did not return because she did not hear from me. And so she kept it. And then on the first time I go in for a hearing, the first hearing for my kids, I get arrested for grand theft auto, for motor vehicle theft. Yes, I'm fighting that charge too. Over a rental car that I did not know she still had. And I had told the rental place that the night before that they put out the arrest warrant that I just got into my email account, because I couldn't get into any of them. It took me days to get into them, because I had 2-step verification. I had to wait to hear back from Google. I had to wait to hear back from Apple, to get my verification codes. Yeah. So then I went to jail for about 12 hours for motor vehicle theft. And now in my petition, they're using the case that they opened up against me, saying I'm a danger to my children, and the motor vehicle theft, saying I'm a danger to my children. The case they opened up against me, the one for the violation of custody, they're using it as in my petition as I'm a danger to my children.
You're not a danger. You pissed them off.
Oh, I know. I did. Bad.
And
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, you should always expect retaliation. Always.
Well, I know, but I didn't. I figured my kids being with my mom would be okay. That she would be okay with them. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't with me. So if they retaliated, it wouldn't be with them. She wouldn't be able to get to them. Never in a million years would I say that they went through my sister to go through the back door. I was not prepared for that.
Oh, they will use anybody to get to you. It could have been your best friend.
I know that now, but I wasn't prepared for that.
No, right. I get it. Oh, damn, I forgot what I was. Oh, yeah, here it is. So when we did this webinar, when me and Darren and Becca went to this webinar, these lawyers have literally pissed judges off, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. You wouldn't be pissing them off if they did the right thing and they understood that these people are violating people's and children's constitutional rights. Like your judge, that judge wouldn't have done that shit to me. When I got done, I'd have been sitting in jail. I'm telling you right now, because everything that I take, it would have just went out. Because no, you are not going to talk to me like that. You did you forget who you work for? Did you forget who pays you?
That's it right there. That is it.
That's what they forget. They forget all of that. They're just on a money hungry strike, and it's all about the money, you know. The Title 4 and 40 funding. That's all it is for them.
And I hope you keep your lawsuit going. And I hope this kick-ass lawyer that you got will help you with this lawsuit.
Yep, I hope so too.
I really hope you get your kids back, but I think you're going to get your kids back.
Yeah, the problem with all of this is the mandated reporting.
Right.
Well,
that's what started it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not just the mandated reporting. So, okay, so mandated reporting and kickbacks go hand in hand, right?
That's my point. Yes.
So once again, we take the money away. They're not getting any kickbacks. Who's going to be calling?
Right.
Because I'm going to guess in this situation, right? Let's say, what was your baby? Like a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby?
Actually, he was.
Yeah, nice little blonde-haired little baby.
Oh, he was brown hair. It was brown hair, blonde hair, brown eyes, blonde hair. But he's a very cute baby. And they put him in the foster, the second foster home. They put him in. They're actually trying to adopt him. They're trying to adopt him.
One of the top seeked out babies that there are. And I'm sure that someone probably in the hospital made a call to a friend of theirs.
Right.
And I'm not sure, and this is just my own Punisher opinion and speculation, but there's always a nurse there that's on call that says, well, blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby. How much did it cost, did you say, to get this baby adopted?
To get my baby, the foster parents, the first time said it was $50,000 that they paid for my son. Yep. And he was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby back then. My fourth one was.
$1,000.
Yep.
On top of whatever the state took from Title 4E, right?
Right. Yep.
So you're looking at $100,000 in, like Tiff said, kickback money.
Yep.
For some nurse being able to call in and say that we have the potential of taking this baby, we can falsify a drug test right here. Nobody's going to question it. No one's going to do nothing. We take that baby.
See, and the disclaimer yes, exactly. The disclaimer, it says not to be used for legal purposes, medical purposes only. And the disclaimer of the drug tests, it says that in the bottom of it.
Well, they fucked themselves.
Yep, they said not to be used for legal purposes, medical purposes only.
Yep, they fucked themselves with that.
Yep.
Just like here, now I tell parents, don't sign HIPAA. It means nothing. Because they changed the Virginia HIPAA, right? It says, we will not release your records, blase, blase, blase. And then it says exceptions, police investigations, CPS, APS. I said, what the fuck? Don't sign that shit. For what? What are you signing for?
Exactly.
They're going to give it up anyway.
Yep. Exactly. And that's here too. Like if you sign on the release of information here, I crossed out everything because it says they can get your mental health records, they can get your past doctor records, they can get anything and everything. And I said I'm not consenting to any of this. So I crossed it all out and then I signed it for them to do a visitation. They had to do a visitation, like a referral for visitation. And they said, I need you to sign this. And I said, I'm not signing that. I said, write up on a piece of paper that this is, give me my number to visitation. And they're like, well, that's not good enough. I'm like, then I'm going to cross all this out. And then I'm going to cross it out for me and my children, and then I'll sign it. For visitation only. Visitation purposes only is what I told them on there.
Well, did you get a copy of that?
I do have a copy of it, yes.
Oh, good, because I'm going to tell you what I had a girl do the same thing. She crossed out all this shit, signed her name. They didn't give her a copy of it. They went in, they folded it to where her signature would match up on the line for the correct paper.
That makes sense.
And they said, oh, yeah, we have her permission.
Yep. That's why they do the carbon copies here. And I'm like, I want a copy of everything. Like, I don't care. And the crazy part is the first time, like the first case, like my GAL was on my side, my attorney was on my side, and the caseworker were on my side the first time around. Well, not the intake one, but the one after that. Because I told them that from jump that I wasn't putting up with any of their crap. I refused. I'd never consented. So, and I told them I was that from jump. And even now to this day, I'm like, I don't consent. I don't consent. You're violating my rights. I don't consent. And they just hate me. They hate me here.
That's good though. Listen, honey, I am the most hated bitch here. Okay. I wear that badge proudly.
Right.
She does too.
I sure do.
Yep. And I'm hearing that from the caseworkers, the old caseworker. She said my name, like one of my lawyers, caseworkers that she works with said my name like irritates the whole souls of all the people on the DHS floor. They hate me that much.
Good. It's so bad here that my little protege, we have lawyers here that won't take cases if my little protege's name is mentioned. Oh, no, we're not touching that. You know why? Because she goes down to City Hall and she calls out everybody by name. And not only does she call them out, she has recordings of them.
Nice. That's perfect.
Oh, they're scared of her too.
That's good. And I'm trying to teach my
kids
kids
too. And I told them the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, teach your kids. Yes.
I am. I am teaching them, and I tell them, you know, and like before all that happened or whatever, they're so naive and they're so young. They've been traumatized so much for no reason, like no reason at all.
Yeah.
All over what? For them to show a power card, like for real? Like I've gone through all of this crap in the past year, 3 cases in 1 year for a power card because they're powerful.
Well, I hope that when you sue them for yourself, you sue them under next friend for each one of your children.
I'm going to. Yep.
Your kids will never have to work a day in their life.
Don't say that.
Too, but then I don't know about that because I don't want them to be I don't want them to be like entitled. You know, maybe I'll just put it away from them for when they turn like 18 or something, so they can actually get a feel of good life. You know what I mean? Like I'll take care of them, but they have to work for their work. You know, they got to be productive members of society.
Well, and I get that, but you know what? If people want kids to be productive in this life or in their life, they need to leave them the fuck alone and stop ripping them away from their parents, because what they have done is irreversible.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
So the state wanted to take care of them. This is my philosophy. The state wanted to take care of them so bad. When you sue and you win, the state can continue to take care of them for what they've done to them.
Exactly. See, and that's the thing I keep telling them, hang on, you know, but some days it's harder than others, but it's hard. It's very hard to be the strong person all the time with them. They're
how old are they
now? 11, 7, and then 1 year. So, and my 1-year-old and I have barely had any time this past year. He's been gone for 6 months this time. Before that was 3 weeks the first time. And it's nothing my kids are going to be able to erase.
You haven't even been able to bond with him yet.
No, I haven't been able to have a bond with him. He doesn't even know me, barely.
Right.
So, I mean, they've been trying to make more and more visitation more regularly, but it's stupid because I'm just like, I don't understand how they could do this anyways with a newborn. At first, like I wasn't even able to breastfeed him. I wasn't nothing. They just took him away immediately. So, I mean, it's awful. And like,
so let me tell you, I should stop watching this shit because it really pisses me off. So I was watching that they took this newborn baby, okay, away from its mom. Mm-hmm. Darren, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but they put some kind of tube on your breast if you know, because when you're pregnant, you lactate.
Right.
So with this baby nursing, right, and the tube was only to get the milk until she started producing milk. Mm-hmm. I said, you got to be kidding me. So you're telling me that they took this newborn, gave it to this other woman who's never had a kid, put this feeding tube, I guess, whatever it was, to make her lactate, to think, so this baby would be a little more confused, all right, because he knows it knew its own mother's heartbeat, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Right. Babies know who we are. To confuse this baby, to make this baby believe that this is his biological mother? No!
That's ridiculous. And see, with my son, I have to put him to my heart when I see him. I have to hold him close to my chest so he knows who I am, because otherwise he
Correct.
like starts freaking out. So once he realizes that I'm mom, then he calms down. But it's awful. It's awful for them. It's awful. They just, every time I see him, I want to go home, mom. I want to go home. And like, so when CPS came and got my kids from my oldest son, my 7-year-old was with my 17-year-old, and CPS and the cops rolled up to my new apartment I've had for 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks in a brand new apartment. It was a nice bedroom apartment. Everybody got their own room. They had their own space. They were all at 5 deep, sirens, lights, all in a fourplex, in like an uppity neighborhood up in a different county. And they like, open the door, we're gonna break it down, is what they're saying. And like these parents, these other tenants are home, and then they say that I'm a threat, that I'm a bad guy, I'm a criminal. So they said either she leaves or we leave. So they kicked me out. So I went from having a place. I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost everything because of these people.
Mm-hmm. And damn them to put that into a position of a mom trying to raise so many kids, and trying to provide good lives for them. You know what I mean? Like,
yep, it's that. And then so now when I go to pass the background check, I can't pass the background check because of my pending charges. And now I can't have eviction on my record because of them, an eviction because of CPS, and now I can't get a place because I have a current eviction. So,
but we all know that. See, they want you to stop fighting, because that's what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will wear a parent, and if you're not a strong person, it will wear you down. I'm not gonna lie.
She looks like she's battle ready.
Right. So this is just another check on your list for what you can see them for. Just keep checking off the list. This is what Claire said.
Yep.
Claire says, I don't get mad anymore, right? Because they look at our kids with ching ching. She said, now all I do is everybody walking around in this town who has any part in what happened to my son, all I do is walk around, look at them, and they're all dollar signs to me right now. Every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she smiles at them and they hate it.
She getting people fired. She getting people resigning.
15 people that were on her case have left the state, quit their jobs. It's crazy. Stepped down out of higher positions, gone.
Yep. And that's what my goal is. I'm not going to shut up. I won't shut up. I refuse. Like, it's not okay the way that they're acting here in El Paso County. We need oversight. We need somebody to come in here and clean house because it's awful. So it's time. The time is now, is what I tell everybody.
The time is now.
Yep.
And you say you go to court on Monday?
Monday I start my trial.
And how many days did your lawyer say he needs?
4.
4 days?
4-day trial. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that'll put you at Friday. So the following Monday, I want you to come back on.
Yeah, tell us how it went.
That sounds good. I appreciate you guys letting me come on and tell my story.
Girl, you can come and tell your story anytime you want, but I'm going to tell you who you need to go telling your story to. You need to start going to city hall, town hall, whatever they call it there, and you need to start keep doing it.
I'm going to, because I've already had a couple, we've already had a couple rallies. We've already had a little show thing that happened with telling stories, and the Republicans and Democrats came, like the people that are representing here. Like we had one from CPS come, like the DHS Republican lady come to sit in on the stories that were being heard, and nobody does nothing. Like everybody's scared to fight the state here. Like everybody's scared, and I don't understand. I guess it just messes with their paycheck is what I'm thinking. But it's crazy how they are getting away with, and like nobody's doing anything about it. Like I've reported so many things, DOJ to, like I even wrote a letter to the president, and there's nothing.
So have you talked to have you talked to your state police?
I've talked. So when I got arrested from a different county's police department, I made complaints against them. I made complaints against CSPD, my own city's police, but I have not talked to the state police. But the city police said that they would press charges against the caseworker for me because of her using a falsified or a closed case and falsified, papers. But I didn't want to do it before my trial because I didn't want to make it look like it was retaliation on her, or that I was, you know what I mean? So I'm waiting for that moment. But they did take it into account, and they did say that. So I just haven't pursued that yet because I don't want them to think that I'm doing it out of retaliation against her because she's
Well,
not
that's
that
fine.
special at all. She's
Well, let them
but
do
yeah, I haven't
that
talked.
after your trial. But I found this out. Even though the sheriffs are elected, do you know who investigates the sheriff's departments?
No, I don't.
It's the state police.
So they have an IA, I wonder. Oh, I would definitely give them a shout then, because I filed many reports with all the other agencies, and I've heard nothing back other than they follow protocol. They did what they're supposed to do. The when I got arrested in a different county, the Woodland Park Police Department, they were awful to me. It was my first time in cuffs, and I even told them this is my first time ever being in cuffs. I don't know what to do, and they're like, get in the car, sit down, and like they had to bring the ambulance because my blood pressure got so high that I was like feeling dizzy. I couldn't even get up off the ground. And they're like, and I was like, I can't breathe. And he's like, well, if you can't breathe or you can yell, you can breathe, is what the cop was telling me. And I was like,
Yeah,
sir,
that's
it's
what they
Thanksgiving.
told George Floyd too, and he died.
Yep. And I was like, and then they were like, I was like, sir, it's Thanksgiving. He's like, it's just another day. And they were talking crap about
State Police Major Crimes
awful.
Unit. Right?
What'd you say, Darren?
Yep.
State Police Major Crimes Unit, right?
State police. Okay, good to know.
The state police investigate the sheriffs
Right.
and the local police.
You have to ask for the Major Crimes Unit for that.
State police major crimes unit. Got it.
Yeah. It's crazy you just said that because I have it right here on my other screen.
Okay.
And funny,
See, and then
I was doing that today.
I've also wrote to the Department of Justice. They wrote me back and said that they were looking into it here in Colorado. They would get back to me, quote unquote, but they actually gave me a ticket number and they actually wrote me an email. Aside from me submitting my report, they wrote me an email saying that they were basically, I feel like they're watching. So hopefully. And then there's an article that just came out
It was
a couple days ago about.
or was it positive, or it was good that they were checking it out, or you?
Yeah, no, it was good. But okay. I keep making reports because I don't want it to go quiet, and I want them to see.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so I just make reports like on a monthly basis now with them. And then it's been a year. It's been a year since all this started. It was April of last year is when it started.
Wow.
And I've been through all of this in a year.
So we're going to see you not next Monday, but the following Monday.
Right. That's what I was just looking for when I looked at that.
Yeah, don't forget, because I definitely want you to. I want to know what happens.
Okay, what date is that? Has anybody got a date?
I'm going to
for
get
me?
it for us right now.
I have no idea.
That's my department.
I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah.
I'll get it. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. This technology stuff, I'll tell you.
I gotta love it. Gotta love technology. No, it's awful.
I love it when it works. You know, when I'm like, what do I just do?
Yeah, me too. But it never works half the time anymore, so it's fine.
I just called Darren.
She does. And then I'm trying to figure it out myself, but I have to look like I know what I'm doing. You know, fake it till you make it sometimes, I guess they say.
You got to. May 11th, someone said May 11th. Got it. May 11th.
See that? I realize now that if you just wait long enough,
somebody will answer it. Becca, did Becca answer it? Yes, Becca did. Thank you, Becca.
I'm gonna actually make it an event on Facebook for us.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Do we need a Tiff and the Punisher page on Facebook?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do you think we should have a Tiff and the Punisher page on Facebook? What do you think about that?
Yes, of course, yes.
All right. I think I'm going to put that in the realms of things.
Can I be an administrator?
You can't be the administrator, Jeff. How about that?
Oh, boy. What does that mean?
It's just all on you. You know, not to change subjects, but I got the radio station is going to be back up and running. It is up and running right now. I'm just working out some kinks, but the radio station is back up. It's not the same place, but I didn't realize.
And see, I hear.
Go ahead.
So here, I've went to every news station, every radio station, every, like in the whole like state. Okay, I've sent out my story to everybody, and like I got a bite from a couple of people, and then they would look into it, and then like, nope, we don't want to report on it. Like nobody wants to talk about the state. Nobody. Like,
no.
And I can't find anybody that wants to.
Did you know? Check this out. Did you know? I don't know if this is still in play. I believe that it is. But did you know that previously, like I said, I can't say for sure if this still is in play, but the reason that news agencies didn't cover CPS stories is because if they misinformed anybody about any of the information about Child Protective Services, they got a $50,000 fine. But that's not
Oh,
shit
really?
to them. What they did lose,
Right.
they lost their advertising rights for a day. On top of the
What?
$50,000 fine, that's
Oh my
why
goodness.
news stations and stuff would not report on CPS because
That's
that's their money. So yeah, that's why that they wouldn't do it. And CPS only had to come in and say, look, they misinformed us, whatever. And that was it. So that's why it seems like it's loosening up a lot, but you still don't see a lot of
yeah,
things
it's
breaking
coming. It's
across
a movement's
CPS.
coming or something. I feel it. I feel that it's coming all across the nation. Like people are finally standing up and people are finally voicing all across the nation. I've seen stories all over the United States from people that are standing up to CPS and want to do movements. I'm part of all kinds of different groups from all the states in the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need. We need everybody to stand the fuck up and tell their stories and be truthful about it. And Darren and I say this all the time, even before Darren and I started doing Tiff and the Punisher. I would tell people, this video is not for you. If you really truly are hurting your kid, you should not be watching me because you deserve everything
right,
you get.
You're damn right.
right.
Right. But you're not one of them people for sure. And you know
No.
what? I commend
Yeah.
the fact alone that you were truthful. Because you know what I hate more than anything? Is these people are going to sit there and be like, well, I wasn't doing drugs and I wasn't this. And not that it's anybody's business, but when you get caught with your pants down, you get caught with your pants down. Don't sit there and lie to
Right.
these advocates that are trying to help you. You at least got to be honest
Right.
with somebody. You know what I mean?
Like your buddy.
Yeah. Yes, like my buddy.
I had to get off that show that night. Boy, she had me heated.
Yeah, that was maybe a little too much of not honesty to herself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And that's the thing. Like I told the truth. So when this time it came, this time that they said that, and that I was positive, and I was like, "There's no way." I said I didn't do anything. I said, and I was promised from jump. I've been, I have everything to prove that I've not done anything. So I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride for myself and my children, and I just want my babies home. And that's what they just need to be with me, and I need to be with them, and I want my baby home so that he knows who I am. And it's just I've started advocacy because of all this here in Colorado. I've started my own breaking the family silence, breaking the silence. It's a family corruption and exposure for CPS here, and then I've helped a few families actually that have seen my
What's
story.
your group? Do you have a
I have a Facebook. Yes, it's called Breaking the Silence. It's a Breaking the Silence Colorado.
Breaking the
I'm gonna
Silence?
have to join after I get off the phone.
Breaking the Silence.
Breaking the Silence. Yes, Breaking the Silence Colorado. It says it's CPS and family corruption or family court corruption exposed. That's what it is. So I want people to know
So
that they
can you
can have
just
a
send
voice.
me the link?
Hold on.
Yeah, I
I'll
can
pull
do
it up.
that.
Yeah, because I'm just.
Or yeah, can you throw it in the private chat right now and I can put it up?
Yeah, I can do that. In 1 second, let me do that right now.
All right, that's awesome.
Well, I'm on my phone, so I can't see the private chat, Darren. You're gonna have to send it to me.
Tiff, I don't care if it was on a billboard, you still wouldn't be able to see it.
You're probably right.
Hold on 1 second.
And I guess we'll see what my eye doctor says.
Oh my gosh. Well, we know that we're gonna have to go make a little visit to him after hours and tell him what he's got to say.
All right, I'm turning right now to get you guys a link. 1 second. It's almost there.
Just send me the link.
It's so much harder. It's so much harder to work on a laptop than it is like your phone because I know how to do it on my phone, but now I'm like, I think I know how to do
That's
it
okay.
on
I
your
told Becca to send it to me.
Brenda
think I know what
Cambron
to
is
do.
in the audience. Breaking back,
Hold on,
Brenda,
I got
lady.
I know it's under settings somewhere, so I'm looking for the settings. Oh, maybe it's right here. Okay, I got it.
That's all right. That's all right. Becca's sending it to me.
Okay, yeah, but it's called Families Breaking the Silence, Colorado, CPS and Family Court Corruption Exposed.
Oh Lord, Becca, please send that to me because I will never find that.
I'm trying to find it right now. 1 second. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, yep, I got it. Found it.
No, that wasn't the right one. I was trying to play. I got to play this song real quick. Just a brief moment off of it,
Okay.
but I got to find it.
Invite people to connect.
For one of our.
When this is all said and done, you should start a podcast.
Yeah, maybe start it here.
I want to start a podcast. I do want to start one, and I've been so interested looking into it, and so I would.
Did
love
you hear what
that.
Darren said?
We can get you going right here.
We can
that
get
would be
you
great.
started.
Heck yes.
Speaking
would
of
be
that,
great.
tomorrow night we have our new show starting. I don't recall what the name of it's going to be yet, but it's from our corruption mama.
And that's just the thing. Like, I just want everybody to know about the corruption. You know what I mean? Like, it can happen to you. It can be you. Like, people that say, "Oh, that'll never happen to me." Oh, yes, it can. And people like they take that for granted sometimes, and that's what scares. You know, that's what they target young moms here. They target moms here who can't afford help. That's their target here, but that doesn't say for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's just to be safe. Always be safe and know your rights. That's what I tell everybody. You know.
All right,
Becca, you are coming on tomorrow.
This is Becca.
Saying
Not only
that-
a show, it's a new show.
It's a new show.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I got to play this just for a quick second. Everybody, Brenda says that she's back, so just for you, Brenda. Here you go. This is when you hear this, you know what time it is.
She is fighting for justice for her family.
Oh wait,
her husband.
There we go. Bring it back, Brenda. She said she's coming back. So look for her show coming back too.
Okay, I sent it right now. I just sent it in your group chat.
These streets with
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, you can play Brenda's song because I got to go put them to bed. I'm pretty sure my house is destroyed right now.
And thank you guys so much for having me. And I will come back tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys. Oh, and the 11th. I'll be back on the 11th to let you guys know everything that happened in this chaotic life that I'm living right now.
And then you can talk to Darren about starting your podcast.
Yeah, we'll be staying in touch, Katie, if that's cool with you. Here's her there's her Facebook link right there for her page. I'll put that right there.
Thank you.
But yeah, everybody, tomorrow night, don't forget Becca's debut of her full-time going to be on Tuesday nights with Becca from now on. Is that that's the consensus, right, Tiff? So it's like we have Angry Citizen Night. Becca's now officially going to be a co-host on Tuesday nights. So yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for everything, and I look forward to working with you guys way more.
Yeah, Danny, you certainly
All right.
are.
Thank you for sharing your story too.
Yeah,
and I can't wait to come back for an update.
You're damn right. We're going to get you some good stuff, and we're going to get your story out there. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Brenda used to walk these streets with pride. Her husband, Chris, a patriot by her side. But the weight of the world came crashing down when the government tried to take the ground. They stole Chris away, said he was a threat, left Brenda alone with words of regret. CPS came knocking, took her children too, but Brenda stood tall like the sky so blue. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through. Every day she fights for what's been lost, pays the price, bears the cost. Whispers of hope through a podcast wave, telling her story, she'll be brave. In the heartland, they know her name, her struggle, her passion, her undying flame. She dreams of a day she'll hold them tight, Chris and the kids in the morning light. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through. Every day she fights for what's been lost, pays the price, bears the cost. Whispers of hope through a podcast wave, telling her story, she'll be brave. Oh, in the heartland, they know her name, struggle, her passion, her undying flame. She dreams of a day she'll hold them tight, Chris and the kids in the morning light.
They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to. We are going to show you what bar attorneys have hidden from all of us. Hundreds of thousands of children and twice that of parents have been lied to and walked down the road of termination. It's the death penalty. We're all of the protesters, the ones who fight for the rights of prisoners, dogs, illegal immigrants. Why aren't you coming to the aid of our children and families? Right here in America, every day a child per minute is kidnapped.
And no one cares. We fight alone until today. CPS Punishers mount up. Here comes
The CPS Punisher.
Anonymous tip, another lie from one of them. No warrant, no proof, just a badge and a grin. Stealing kids like trophies, thinking they'll win. Mama crying on the porch, daddy in the cage. System wrote the script, but the CPS Punisher just flipped the page. The educator they banned, I see every violation, every forged line, every ex-part hearing, every stolen time. One tap of the app and the truth ignites. Welcome to the CPS Punisher, now we can fight.
CPS and the courts have lied to us all.
The courts will not disgrace the family. CPS Punisher.
Here to avoid the chains and expose the game.
CPS Punisher.
The educator they never wanted you to find.
Punisher.
One tap and their empire cracks. We rise, we take our kids back. The app is called the CPS Punisher.
I'm the cape in the shadows, the skull in the night, the binder full of secrets and weapons you all need. Ab initio, watch me void that lie. Fourth Amendment armor, watch the tyrants cry. Falsified drug test gone in a flash. I see Tebio, warrior, due process king. Every parent hero when the hotline rings. I call it justice. Download the truth, now the system busts us. From the courtroom to the streets, hear the battle cry. The CPS Punishers arrive. Kiss your bar asses goodbye. They tried to silence us, now we're the loudest voice in the room.
CPS Punisher.
Here to avoid the chains and expose the game.
CPS Punisher.
The educator they never wanted you to find.
Punisher.
The children never leave again. Families rise, we never look back. We now use the CPS Punisher. This ain't revenge. This is reunification. This ain't rage. This is resurrection. Open the app. Step into the fight. You ready?
CPS Punisher.
The app you need when they took your kid.
CPS Punisher.
The truth they hid, now the truth gets lit.
Punisher.
Download the power, take back the throne.
Punisher.
You're never alone.
CPS Punisher. The educator they never wanted you to find. Void complete. Family restored. The bar is finished. The Constitution will prevail. Judges do what's right. Treason is your penalty.
CPS Punisher.
Here comes the CPS Punisher.
We know it's all about the money. We know they lie. We know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
I just want to make a comment right here to Jen7442. Jen, I'm sorry that we didn't get in touch with you, but please get back in touch with us at cpsvhuntingjustice@gmail.com. And we definitely want to hear your story. So please do that. And again, that's cpsvhuntingjustice@gmail.com. And we'll make sure that you get out there. So make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow night. We're going to have a lot of new things happening, and it's going to be pretty cool. So have a good night. Keep CPS out of your hair for at least a night. And go to sleep. Get some rest tonight, guys. We got a big war ahead of us, and we got to win it. See y'all tomorrow.
Imagine being a child who has been torn away from their security blanket, their parents, the ones who stopped the boogeyman from terrorizing the nights and curing their boo-boos when they scrape their knees. Now just imagine how they mightest feel when the CPS meant to protect them tears them away from their supposed abusers and places them with strangers who have zero comforting skills. They need to be calmed. They are confused, lost, panicked, and needing their parents, but CPS took them away for the purpose of saving them. The kids don't even know why, and they are told that the parents they attach to no longer want them. What do you think that does? Do you think that this is how protecting children is supposed to look? Abolish CPS.